Today I'm looking at salvaging this remote doorbell ringer, and it's well, it's just some stuff maybe we can get out of there. We'll see. It originally had this remote. This is the outdoor unit, and this is the indoor part that rings. And when I push this, it should ring. This one is the second ringer. We have one on each floor of the house, and this one stopped working. The other one stopped working altogether. I started playing with this, and I thought, well, you know, there's this solder pad up here, and it looks like maybe if I connect that solder pad, I will have some more songs out of it, because right now there's 30 songs or something, and you can change them. One of the things that's wrong is this button is broken, so I have to short it to get it to work. So there are 30 different sounds it should make, but again, the button's gone bad. So my theory was that if I soldered this together, I would get more sounds, because as you can see, there's these jumpers here, and there's like 3 pads underneath each one of them, and they've been soldered together. And I thought, okay, this is some kind of a trick they're using to limit the number of songs it's playing. And so I tried soldering this and unsoldering that, whatever. Well, it turns out that actually this is the code. So this thing sends out a code so that it doesn't interact with your neighbor's doorbells. And yeah, so that was kind of an interesting discovery. Not a lot to salvage out of here. There's this custom chip they have right here. This is the antenna right there. And some capacitors and resistors, and this, of course, is a switch that doesn't work. And then a 12-volt battery. So in this thing, not a lot to salvage, but it was interesting to play with there for a little bit. Okay, back to this. This is the receiver. Fair warning, make sure this is unplugged and unpowered and all that. If you don't know what you're doing, don't do it, because this thing carries either 110 or 220 volts, depending on your system. And as we open this up, the first 2 things we see are these speakers, which, you know, those are worth recovering, and so I've snipped them loose. And I'll keep those. I'll put them off to the side, and let's go looking through here and see if there's anything else worth recovering. Yeah, let's see. We'll start down here. There's a capacitor, small resistor, maybe yes, maybe no. Some small resistors. Through-hole resistors are getting harder to find. Capacitor. Here's another chip, which is not interesting. It's a custom chip. A little diode. That's okay. LED, another diode. Small capacitor. Screws. So these screws will, can be useful. Here's a little coil, a tunable coil right there. And if I recall, I saw another one earlier. Let's see if we get around to it. Capacitor. Looks like a transistor right there. Capacitor. This is a 16 microfarad. What is that? 1,000 microfarad, 16 volts. So that's a nice little capacitor. This is a 400 or 1,400 volt capacitor. So that's not a bad little thing. It's got good leads on it. And then some big resistors, diodes. And that's about it. Yeah, so if you were recovering components out of here, it's probably worth a few minutes. Again, sit down in front of your TV and with your soldering iron and start pulling stuff out of there for your junk box. Okay, well, that was it for today's salvage project, doorbell. Hope you found it useful and interesting in your future electronic projects.